Hi, everyone. This is Paula. I am the owner and founder of the Stiletto Talks, and we create safe spaces for women, especially in entrepreneurship. So, I wanted to talk with you today because I had to travel today. I just got in my hotel a couple of hours ago, had to settle in, and I wanted to kind of talk with you a little bit about some things that are going on now that Earth has opened back up. Things are higher, things are different, but there are some things that you need to do. And one of them is pivoting. Now, I know you may feel like, hey, I have a business model, it's been working online. This is what I'm going to do. But what about your people that you're going to see in person? And I just want to kind of run you a few little tips that may help you. And it's just advice. And a suggestion. So I hope that you hear something that you can use or just something to think about, like for real. So, one thing that I tell people when you pivot, you have to be honest and call a thing. One thing that we are all guilty of sometimes is just not calling a thing a thing. Oh, this is my project. This is my baby. And so if something, a particular model isn't working, we tend to think that, oh, well, if the model wasn't working, then what that's saying is like you're kind of calling question about my brand or the validity of my brand. It is every time that you do something regarding business, it is a hypothesis. So when you get ready to create it and put it out for others, that's a test. If it's a model that you've been able to use for quite some time, that's great. But just like the days change, the minutes change, the hours change, people change, and their needs change. And we're getting older and we're having different experiences. And the pandemic in particular has given everyone different experiences. And what I can tell you that's out there is boundaries. People don't want you to push their boundaries. They've set them up, they've fortified them, and they're not going to really let you test them too much. So you may have to go back and really troubleshoot or have focus groups for your business models. And so this is where pivoting comes in at adding that focus group, having someone to really troubleshoot and really seeing with a true set of eyes, like, is this going to work? Now, of course, you got to have faith. Being a business owner, you have to have faith. But I will say this, you have to be real with yourself. Not being real with yourself or not being real with what you're seeing in the front of you sometimes can be very detrimental and very costly. And I'm telling you because I have spent plenty money on mistakes. And so I definitely don't want to see you do that because then you have to get back into trying to maintain rapport with those that may have not had a good experience, and then really trying to revisit your model of how you can improve it. And so it takes some time. So you know, then your next model got to be like spot on. So to save yourself some of that headache and some of that pressure, my suggestion is definitely learn what is the pivot teaching me right now? What how can I improve my business model? And you need to really be considering hybrid models and connecting with customers, sharing your stories, sharing your ideas with people you trust, preferably with an NDA, but maybe with a score mentor or someone else that is a neutral party that can assist you, and you not have a fear of your idea being snatched. But you definitely need to have another sounding voice, a life coach, someone that can help you troubleshoot that. Even record yourself. You have nobody to talk to. This is a great suggestion. Write it out and record yourself. When you hear yourself say it, wait a day and then go back and listen to it. How does it sound to you? Let somebody else hear it. See what their thoughts are. You need some variance because it's the only way you can tweak a business model of any kind. I don't care what industry you're in. If you're an event a planner, if you are a beauty owner, whatever the case, a podcaster, you got to still tweak your plan because who are you speaking to currently? And it's got to be relevant to them because something that most people are doing right now is trying to decide what is going to be in their space right now. They're really particular because they're just starting to go back outside. So they're very particular about what they want and what they want to see and what they want to experience. And you definitely have to do more PR and more HR when you tend to offend maybe some of your client base or support base, maybe with not the best experience. So that's definitely something to think about. And then pursue it. So once you pivot and once you make a decision that, you know what, I need to change this business model, I need to get myself together. This isn't working for me. The next thing you need to do, you need to be serious about actually pursuing the new hypothesis, the new thought that you have in your head. You have to see these things out to fruition. Because if you don't, what it looks like is every time somebody sees you, you're talking about something different. You don't sound consistent. You don't sound like a top of mind awareness. As one of my friends says, she always talks about tona. And so if you don't bring it to where there's a top of mind awareness, you're going to give yourself a headache, especially if you're self-funding and a low bank account that you may not be ready for. So when you come up with that business model, and you think about what it is that you want to do, make sure that you're prepared when if you have to pivot, because you want to do things that are budget friendly, that maybe expel you, that maybe promote your brand, really put it out there, and then also that you have an invitation for them to build a relationship with you, not just for whatever you have going on at that moment, but continuous moments in the future. So you're establishing rapport in a relationship, right? So that's what most business models do. But going forward, if you pivoted and you had to change some things, now you need to go back and reintroduce yourself or to share with people how you pivoted and present it in a way that this feels advantageous. Like, I need to do this. I need to support this business. I need to roll with them because they're giving me some, they're sharing the story. And sometimes you're just honest, like, look, y'all, I tried to do something, a different business model that wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to benefit you all. And I thought about you and I just thought about what you all give and how you support me. I think I need to switch the model. When you make that statement to someone, they're like, this is someone I have to do business with. And that helps them to include you in their daily business offerings, or when they're buying things, purchasing things, or purchasing tickets for an experience that you may be providing. So just give it some thought. Now, if you like what you heard, so this is just a little couple of tidbits while I'm in the um, hotel, about to get me something to eat prayerfully. Hopefully the hotel has some decent food. But I wanted to drop this on there because I get a lot of emails, a lot of texts regarding um, planning. And then if something goes wrong, like how do you address it? And we're about to do a whole series on that. So definitely subscribe to the Stiletto Talks website. Definitely get on that. Not only will it be on the blog, but it'll also be on our YouTube channel. So you also want to subscribe to that as well. Because we're going to just drop it and just really give you some news. Now, if you don't know the website, it is www.thestilettotalks.com. And again, that is www.thestilettotalks.com. And I promise you, it's worth your time. It's worth your time to be a part of our community, to learn about other women who are looking for safe spaces, to find people to collaborate with, to be in a space where you feel like I can ask questions and get answers back, because that's really big. Being able to have questions answered and asked is one of the things that sometimes it stops growth for many people, and especially women, in particular when it comes to business, because men tend to help each other, but women not so much. So while you hear empowerment, it may not always be truthfully the case. So we try to create a safe space environment that is going to allow you to be in a space to learn no matter what level you're on. So if you're a beginner, if you're an intermediate, if you feel like you're advanced, if you feel like you're changing your model all around, if you're switching profession, transitioning, we're here to help you and support you. And for those that support those of us who dare to dream, we have things for you as well. We want to make sure that you know, like, how to be a good supporter, how to maybe tell your friend the truth that that's not going to work, to maybe provide positive areas of opportunity by giving them some good feedback and how they can maybe improve upon a model, or maybe you're asking a question that they haven't considered that maybe they do need to consider so that they don't have an epic fail. It's just really important that we take the time to be each other's keeper, and I think that that will serve you well. So again, my name is Paula Hutchinson. You'll see more of these going on our YouTube site as well as on our blog. I look forward to sharing as much as I can with you because that's what people have been asking for me, and I've been kind of slow to do it. But even for myself, I have to pivot my model and definitely reach out and talk with you because you want to hear my voice and not just all the voices that we bring to the panel, but the creator of the event herself. So I look forward to sharing with you all. I hope you are having a fantastic Thursday. I hope you have a great weekend. And if you're working on anything, get busy and don't just write it out, activate it. You've got to get going. If you don't do it, it's not going to work. So look forward to seeing you soon.